Hi everybody, and thank you so much for coming back to these videos. So we're now on day 2, and for anyone that is new, just joining, finding out that kind of thing, you can check out yesterday's video and kind of ground yourself in the space and then join us on today's journey as well. So in this yoga class today, we're kind of working with this idea of agility. And agility is a combination of speed and balance. And I think it's something that's important for us right now. Instead of just thinking about balance and change and all of those kind of things that I will do later down the line, I think it's important that we're agile. We know that yes, we need to adapt, but we need to do them, if we're going down this course, we need to suddenly go somewhere else, and that's okay. And we're doing that with our mental health too, that we can adapt and we can be agile but still stay grounded enough for us. So I think these are the building blocks and the foundations for the start of this. So this class is a bit more free flow. We're going to see what happens. We're going to be agile. And as you can see, I've moved the space around a little bit as well. We're going to see what fits. So we're going to start on our mat or our floor, wherever works for us. And just start by bending one knee and then the other knee. So as you can see, my other knee staying straight while the other one is bending. And you're allowing the hips to move with this. You're allowing this connection from the bottom of the body to move us up. We're not resisting this movement right now. We're going with the flow. We're moving where we need to move. We're allowing our gaze, maybe our hands, to follow this as well. Start increasing that a little bit more. Really move with the flow. Allow your body to relax in the change. And whilst we're bending our knees, we're now also lifted up. So we're pushing over onto the arches of our feet. Really stretching. We're trying to find an even balance between our big toe and our little toe. And let these arms get slightly higher now. So around our shoulders. Moving up even more. Till we're above our head. Notice this how may change your body. If it doesn't, that's completely okay. If it does, that's cool too. To bring that to a standstill, keeping our arms above our heads, our palms facing inwards. We're having both our feet facing forward, hip dips apart. Our hips are in line with our shoulders. We're not tucking either way. We're imagining we've got like a big zip. We're zipping up. With an inhale, we're going to lift our chest up to the ceiling. So we're keeping that neck in line, just almost as if you're just breathing in. And that in-breath take you on a slight journey. Exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale again. And exhale. I'm going to do one more. Inhale. And exhale. And drop our arms down. Back up. We're going to keep our right arm up. We're going to bring our left hand down and rest it on the side of our thigh. With an inhale, we're going to reach even longer. With an exhale, we're going to move over to that left hand side. We really want to imagine that we've got a brick wall behind us. We're not leaning forward. We're feeling both our shoulders pushing against this brick wall evenly, and our shoulders are pulled down. So they're not up to our ear, they're pulling down. Our fingers are outstretched. From here, we're going to be agile. Take an in-breath, and we're going to allow that hand to move towards the back and our head to move towards the ceiling, lifting us up to this halfway line that we were yesterday. Taking a few breaths here, allowing the shoulders to relax down. Loosen our arms in front of us, and we're going to do the same the other way. So we're going to lift up that left arm. Inhale, lift to the ceiling. Exhale, slide along that brick wall so our shoulders are even, not leaning forward. Shoulders pulled away from the ear. And relaxing this bottom hand. Next in-breath, we're going to hand to the side of us. We're going to look up. to now a nice side twist, I guess. And a few breaths here, staying engaged in those fingers as well. Not curled, we're really present, we're taking the space. And bring the hands to the front and down again. Come to the front of your mat, wherever you are, so you have the space behind this. And we're going to start with a warrior 2. So to get into this, we're going to take our right leg, we're going to move it backwards. Our knee is going to stay in line on top of this toe. So we've got a straight line running from my heel up until my knee. This isn't going to change, we're going to adjust the back. That back, you see how I haven't rested my heel? I'm going to twist. So it's almost as if I'm at 3 o'clock, if you look at my feet. We've got the solid 12, the back foot is pointing towards 3 o'clock. And we're going to move our hips towards 3 o'clock as well. We're staying nice and long. We've got our arms shoulder height. Our palms are facing down. We're really feeling the edge of that 3 o'clock foot and our 12 o'clock foot, so we're not leaning in. We're keeping this open. Start with doing an in-breath and straightening. Front leg, exhale, coming out. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, coming down. See how far you can push. You can go any further at all. Remembering that this knee needs to stay above. So you might need to shift that 3 o'clock back if you notice you've got a bit more motion today. Do 2 more. So we're going to stay in this position now. Turn our palms to face 3 o'clock, sliding along that brick wall. I just want you to rest that hand on the calf. Even if you can reach the floor, we're staying here for now. This top arm is above where my shoulder is, so it's not, it's right up, straight into the ceiling. Both our shoulders are against the brick wall and our gaze is facing the 3 o'clock directly in front of us. And in this uncertain time, we're going to come back up. We're going to rest that back hand on our thigh, lifting that left arm up, and you're always going to look at your left hand as you lean slightly further backwards. So we find the balance in the movement, moving forward and back. Come back to neutral. We're going to do that journey a few times in your own time with your own breath. And then inhale, you're going to come forward, and exhale, you're going to come back in your own time. Remembering it's important to stay grounded when we're needing to be agile, when we're needing to adjust. I'm keeping my feet balanced. They're solid, they're not moving, and I can feel contact with all edges of my feet on the mat. Engaging my core, with it pushing into my spine. And I'm keeping my drishti, my gaze, on my upper hand. Because to be agile, I know that I'm changing direction and I can adjust and move as I need. Whenever you finished your set, you're going to come back to the neutral, straighten that front leg and turn that left foot to 3 o'clock. The hands are going to come down. You're going to come behind us and clasp in this position. We're going to pull down with the shoulders, pull down with the arms. Feeling our chest open. With an inhale, we're going to lift it up to the ceiling again. Naturally with our breath. Exhale, come to the neutral. Exhale, inhale, lifting our chest up. Exhale, we're now going to allow our arms to lead us into a forward fold towards the floor. No matter where you are, make sure you're staying in contact. We need to hold ourselves together. We're keeping those feet facing the 3 o'clock, and we're feeling all edges of the feet so we're not rolling. We're keeping ourselves in balance. Inhale. Exhale to come up. We hinge at the hips. Do that again. Inhale, chest to ceiling. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, relaxing into the space. Exhale, hinging forward at the hips. One more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, relaxing into the space. Exhale, coming up. Wiggle those feet back into our neutral position. We're going to do the same on the other side. So this time our right leg stays forward, our left leg comes back. We're making sure that that knee and the heel are staying in line. Now our back foot is going to turn to 9 o'clock as we're keeping our right foot towards 12. And our hips are going to join us at 9 o'clock. We're going to adjust wherever feels comfortable for us, feeling the outer edges of both our feet so we're not wobbling in. Inhale, come in. Exhale, lean down. Inhale, come in. Exhale, come down. Knowing it's okay if there's a difference between either leg. And we're not in a rush. We're grounding ourselves and we're moving at the pace that works for us. Keeping our torso strong and straight, including our arms. In this movement, we're not allowing the rest of our body to shift. Staying strong, even in times of movement. We're going to do one more. Coming again to our full warrior 2 with the bent front leg. Turning the palms to 9 o'clock. And again, sliding along that brick wall. Putting that left hand exactly above, so we're not waving. And the hand is just resting in front of the knee. Again, against that brick wall, so I'm not leaning forward, I'm really in line. Exhale, come up. Now the left hand's going to come down, we're going to follow that right hand up. And allow ourselves to lean backwards. Exhale, coming together. We're going to do this again with a breath with your own time. Keeping our gaze on the hand that is coming above us. Staying grounded in the feet beneath us. And going at our own pace. It takes a lot of work to stay grounded. At the moment we've got a still or relatively still lower body and a moving upper body. Changing our gaze, this can often lead us off balance, so don't worry if you're wobbling around a bit. Take a breath, reground, and move again. Even go slower if you need to. Notice how the different pace may affect your body. You may find it easier to go faster or slower. Just knowing that this is saying something about you. And we view this in a positive way, as there is no right or wrong and we are all unique. Whenever you finish that flow, you're going to straighten that leg, turn that right foot to 9 o'clock and bring those hands in a clasp behind us. Breathe in, lifting that chest to the ceiling. Breathe out, coming to neutral. I'm going to do 3 of the flows again with the breathing in, out with a forward fold, in, and then breathing out, coming back to neutral. Breathe in, breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, relax into the place. Breathe out, hinge up. It's important to keep that length in the neck when we're coming up and feeling the outer edges of our feet. Again, we breathe in, breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, come up. One last time, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, hinge it up. And wiggle those feet together. going to do one of the most classic yoga poses that a lot of people have seen, but it is so good for grounding, and it's going to follow us in our meditation, and that's the tree. But we're going to start at the basics of the tree. We have so much time together, but we want to make sure we have solid foundations. You could be a complete beginner or a yoga teacher. It is so important to always come back to basics, not even in yoga, but in every aspect of your life, because it teaches you your own foundation. So you're going to start wherever you feel drawn to on this mat. There's no law or practice. If you don't want to stay at the front, that is completely okay. You're going to feel the weight right now. Close your eyes if that helps, and rock and feel the weight between your left and your right foot. Noticing when you can feel that outer edge of the foot, when you can feel the inner edge. How moving your hips may change this. Moving your torso, or moving your head. See if the twist changes. Moving forward and back until you find the centre that is yours. And between all four edges of the foot, lifting up from the arch, feeling this energy come out to the top of your head, sending love and light and healing to the world. When you're in this neutral space, you're going to shift again. Put this weight solely onto the left foot, allowing yourself to be able to peel that right foot up until you're on your tiptoe. So here you may want to open up your eyes. We're going to allow that right knee to come out naturally. We're not going to overforce it and twist and change our line. Allow it to open naturally, knowing everyone's turnout is different. And lift that foot to place it just above the ankle. I'm going to turn so you can see me. You need to help your balance. Finding a spot in a fixed, non-moving thing is a great way, or holding on to your earlobes by pincing them like this. Bring your heart in front of you, your hands in front of your heart even. See my imbalance then. Take a few breaths here. Really fixing on something, knowing that your body is making micro shifts all the time. We are being agile right now, even though we don't seem or think that we may be. Really engaging, feeling the back of this leg as we're keeping this right knee out so we're not turning in. We're lifting up here and we've zipped up this zipper. It's all nice and tight in. We're pushing out, we're lifting up. Includes lifting up in the arch of our foot so we're not flat-footed. Keeping that engagement with all four sides of our foot. Like this. Keep that healing light, that energy coming out of us. Knowing it's okay if you wobble, you can come back. If you want to challenge yourself, close your eyes. See if you're more aware to these micro shifts that your body is doing. Does this make this obvious in the body to me? Does this throw you off? 2 more breaths here. Reopen the eyes if they were closed and reground yourself. Close your eyes quickly and notice how your legs are feeling. Is there any difference between the two? Have you been able to find that middle ground again that we explored before we shifted to our left leg? What do you notice? Now we're going to shift again, and that weight onto the right foot. Now that left foot to be able to peel up. So we can let that knee come out. Wherever is natural, not overforcing it, knowing there may be a difference between the two. And lifting again, so it's resting just above that ankle. Finding a fixed point. Lifting up this leg, zipping up. Keeping this moving outwards. We're not overforcing it, but our hips are moving out. Keeping our hips, we're keeping our gaze fixed at this point. but we're allowing our knee to explore somewhere else. So our knee has its own, for example, mine's the lock on a bike over there. That's my knee, that's what my knee is gazing at. My hips are looking at a spot of a cushion in front of me. Taking a few breaths, engaging all 4 areas of the foot. If you want to, closing your eye. Ooh. Notice every single day your balance is different. Notice how your body is negotiating with itself. If closing your eyes affects your balance in any way, when you're noticing these micro adjustments. Can you notice these with your eyes open now that I've made you aware to them? Staying here for 2 more breaths. Allowing to come back into that position. Seeing if you found the middle ground easier, harder, or the same than last time. Navigating where you are in space. Closing those eyes and noticing how your body is feeling. And one more breath here. And open our eyes. Find a place where we are that gives us even space forward and backwards. Grab onto our elbows again. We're going to go into something called ragdoll. Breathe in, lifting up, feeling that energy come out the top of the head. Breathing out, if you watch first. You're going to bend our knees. You see me bend our knees. And you're going to roll your body forward. And when you come out of it, you keep those knees bent. And you're rolling your spine the opposite way with your head being the last thing to reach the top. So you're going to roll down into ragdoll and we're going to spend a few breaths here. So breathing in. Breathing out. Folding down, allowing the head to be the last thing to hit the bottom. Notice what areas of your body are engaged right now and what might be relaxed. And if this contrasts or goes with the class today. We're keeping our knees and our toes facing forward. And our head is relaxed. And in this position, allow yourself to rock, to swing, however feels natural. Making conscious decisions to change how you swing every few breaths. Playing with this agility, with able to swing and then stop if we need to, and continue. So you're going to keep swinging, as am I, and I'm going to shout stop. To see how your body reacts to that and this constant change. And to keep breathing and stop. And go. See how afraid you are to stop. To take any risks. How big your movement is. Go. Stop. And the next exhale, you bring your hands to the floor like we did before. Find an even weight between your hands and your feet. Finding that middle ground. And when you feel that you have found that and we are in no rush, come onto your knees and meet us all in child's pose. The hands are extended. And we're moving our hips towards our feet. Resting our forehead on the mat and creating a barricade if we need. Take a few breaths here and think about what we have learned this class. Think about what agility means and how it relates to you right now. Okay, finish one of these. End with a mini version of camel. So we're going to keep ourselves seated on our feet and lift that right arm up, bring it back, touch the floor. And on exhale, move it forward. As if we're painting a circle around us, a big wheel. Breathe in, move it back. Exhale, move it forward. So a few more times. Inhale, moving back. Exhale, moving forward. Try and get the whole movement to fit in with your breath. And notice if there's any obstacles in the way. You need to move around. Feeling the solidness of our lower body. The journey of our scapula, our back, our shoulders. As they're moving. And noting whether we're looking at our hand on the journey or if we're looking at the space. Knowing there's no right or wrong answer. I'm going to do one more each way. In your own breath. Till you come to your own stop. Take a breath for a second. Thank yourself for being here. And I thank you for joining in day 2. And I will put the link to the meditation video as well, so please do go and check that out as well. Thank you very much.